Hey guys, thank you very much for joining. It is Friday, February 5th. This week's been crazy. I've not really had the chance to do any of the what sold videos before I pack things up. I've had to get things packed up pretty quickly in the morning to get them out in time and get on this computer for work. So I don't have any actual video footage of what's sold for you guys this week, but I can show you a couple things here at the computer. So again, if you haven't used this feature within, I highly recommend doing it. It's just a lot of great information, and it's very easy to navigate. So again, just a performance tab and then sales, and then you can put in a custom date range, however you would like to do. So I've just done from January 30th up until today, and you can see the sales have definitely slowed down a bit, in my opinion, but still, I mean, not complaining. Still doing very well, but definitely slowed down. So this week we're at 903 in sales, 603 in net sales. These numbers look great, like these green here, 100% versus the prior time period. But the prior time period was just last week, so obviously that lets you know last week there was not a whole lot going on. But let's go over. Let's look at some of the things that have sold for us. I will say that the chess books have definitely slowed down. I think we've got through a lot of the really popular ones, and it's going to be a slow grind, I think, for the rest of them, which is fine. There's still a lot of interest in them, a lot of watchers on them, and I'm not really making any offers on any of those books at this point. I think most of them are priced appropriately, so I'm just waiting for people to buy. But let's see what else is sold here. All right, so like I said, Bibles have been one of my favorite things so far this year, and I guess really media in general. And I have a lot of media that's sold here that we'll go over. I have to think a lot of that is due to the pandemic, people being at home, just finding different outlets for media for them to stay occupied. So again, Bibles have been doing very well. I believe this one was 50 cents at a thrift store. This one did sell for 11 bucks. So not one of the super expensive ones, but again, if you can find something like this for $1, for me, if I can turn $1 into 10, and it's an easy ship, easy store, I'm going to do that almost every time. And speaking of media, I've got a lot of Barney tapes, and these things this past week, these have done really well, kind of out of nowhere, really. More Barney songs, Beach Party, You Can Be Anything. So when I looked through all the ones that I had, these are ones that I didn't see any of these selling for more than 10 bucks a piece. So I went ahead and put those together in a lot, and those sold for 35. These here were, again, this was a lot of 19, and without the cases, you can see these were not in the best of shape. They were kind of dirty, no cases. I really wasn't sure how these would go, so I just threw it out there. Basically $1 per VHS, and they did sell for 20 bucks, so not too shabby. Then here, this was one of the better ones. So this is the Ready Set Play, and as you can see, this one sold for 14. So again, when you're when you're coming to the the end of your garage sale days, or you're at thrift stores, and these are the types of things that are usually going to be around, and they're usually going to be very cheap. So yeah, I mean, I would have not thought that I could sell a Barney VHS for $14. That seems pretty crazy, but it happened. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. And we have another lot here. This was a lot of 7 of them, and this sold for 35. All right, this was a thrift store purchase. My wife picked this one up. This is a Trailblazer backpack duffel bag. This was $3. I did take an offer on this one of 35. So this is something I wouldn't typically have looked at these, but I guess I'll keep an eye out for them. What's interesting to me is I wouldn't expect like luggage to really be very popular right now with not as many people traveling. But I don't know, this one still sold relatively quickly as well for the 35. This guy finally sold. My goodness, this did not want to sell. I must have just had this one priced way too high. I feel like I've had this one for a long time. I think I initially started this one out at like 450. So this one just kind of sat and sat and sat. So eventually I had to look at the pricing again, and I did eventually take an offer of 285, which I'm not going to complain about. This was free, so 285 out of nothing, I will take that, even though it sat for a while. These Time Life CDs, I bought these a while back. I paid $1 a piece. So I got 13 CDs here. This is I think this was the rock and roll era. So I got 13 of these, and these did sell for $55.50. This turntable that I just got recently at the thrift store, I think this was a Goodwill find. This one was $5, or maybe $6, $5 or $6. And this one did sell for $39. And the box that I never did a video on of the British DVDs. So I still have some. I don't have a whole lot left. Maybe 7 or 8 DVDs left out of that box. So I paid $50 for the box. I think I did show a couple of the other ones that it sold prior. This is Inspector Morse 6 DVD set, Absolute Conviction. This one sold for $10.20. And then here, this is the Midsummer Murders, which is a British version of Law and Order. I had a lot of these sets were complete, a lot of them were incomplete. So I listed this one, I think I listed this one at $130. I did take an offer of $100, basically doubling my money on the box already, not including the other DVDs that are selling out of there. So I was pretty happy with that one. And here we've finally got chess magazines sold here. So this was 1973. This is the full year of 1973, and these sold for $30. And I really need to stop slacking and get the rest of these listed. I have so many of them. It's taken a while to really sit down and get through them. Plus, I like to continue hunting, but I really need to buckle down and get these listed and stop bringing more stuff in until I get those done. So I've got a bunch more of these older years that I need to get listed that'll hopefully go for the same amount. So we'll see. And then here, this was one of the records from way back. I think I paid $2 for this one. This is the Disney Fantasia, and this one sold for $15. So all in all, pretty solid week. Definitely not going to complain. Especially this time of year, I'm usually not doing much. In the past years, I would not have had much of anything. I wouldn't be doing anything right now. Just been kind of waiting for garage sale season. So this year, again, I've taken more of a proactive approach and been really out there trying to find stuff and continue the grind. So I'll keep that up. But I am really looking forward to garage sale season. That is for sure. I'm tired of these one sale Saturdays. So I think that's it for today's video. Appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, stay curious.